This video will be jam-packed full of some of the very best ammonite fossils that I've found over the years. Using my hammer and chisel, I'm slowly starting to remove the top of the shale to try and get the nodule exposed. All of the fossils featured in this video will all be this particular species called Eleganticerus, found in rounded nodules. The descent down to some of the places I collect these fossils at can be quite steep. Access is not always suitable for everyone. There's a descent down using a rope, which gets very slippy in wet conditions. The best time to have a look down is when it's dry, because you can get some good grip on your feet. After very heavy rain, access to the beach can be made even more difficult by the water gushing down from the fields high above the cliffs. It makes it very slippy, in fact. With lots of hard work, the pyrite on the outer shell can even be polished up to achieve this mirror-like shine. It usually takes a really big storm, but if you're there in the right conditions, searching the right section of the beach, you can get a really nice big haul of these ammonite bearing rocks. You never quite know what will be inside until you crack them open, and sometimes you can even get stunning examples like this one. The outer of this nodule is actually quite crusty, but inside, once I'd cracked it open, there were these two beautiful Eleganticerus ammonites. People often comment asking why do I crack these nodules open on the beach and why don't I carry the balls off, and the real answer is sometimes when you're very lucky on a really rough day, you can get probably 10 or 12 of these large nodules, and they are full of pyrite, so as you can imagine they're very heavy, and unfortunately they're very rarely actually containing a Eleganticerus ammonite. If I'd have to take a guess, I'd say 1 every 10 or 12 nodules contains a ammonite, and of course they don't always split well, and they take hours and hours to prep down the solid iron pyrite. So that's why fossil collectors, me included, split them on the beach so you can see which ones are worthwhile taking back and preparing at home. The real scientific name for these ammonites is Eleganticerus elegantum, and they're from the falciferum zone of the upper Lias of the Yorkshire Coast. I'm lucky enough to find all of these fossils in my hometown of Whitby in England. This makes these fossils all roughly 180 million years old. If you would like to get your very own fossil, very similar to the ones featured in this video, please check out my website called buyafossil.com. There's always plenty on there to have a look through, so do make sure you check back regularly. Thank you. Here's a stunning little multi-block with a cut base for display. I really like the preparation work on this gorgeous ammonite piece. Let's take a look at this strange, unusually rounded rock. You won't believe the treasures that hides inside it. It was found one very lucky day far out on the beach amongst all of the rocks at low tide. Now let's take a look at the treasures that hides inside. 12 stunning Eleganticerus ammonites are hidden on the inside of this rounded beach nodule. It's amazing to think that 180 million year old fossils can still be found on the beach amongst the rocks at low tide. Here is a fallen shale slab with what looks like a really nice rounded pyrite nodule. These are the type which, when you're very lucky, actually contain beautiful Jurassic Ammonite fossils. So using my hammer and chisel, I'm slowly starting to remove the top of the shale to try and get the nodule exposed. It's now free, but there's no signs of ammonites poking out of the outside, so I need to crack it open and let's find out what's on the inside. Unfortunately, on this occasion it is just an empty nodule, but here is an example of one with a certain ammonite fossil on the inside of it. One careful tap should reveal the fossil in all of its glory. If you've made it this far along in the video, please remember to hit that like button. It's taken me many hours of searching on the beach, and the fossils are all 180 million years old in the making. Believe it or not, but I actually found this particular ammonite here in this video, actually sat here on the beach just like this. There's no rock, it's totally matrix free, so the ammonite must have very recently popped from a pyrite nodule, but that was nowhere to be found. If you're interested in seeing more of my fossil hunting videos in the future and seeing my latest new finds, please hit that subscribe button. Alternatively, you can also go onto my channel and check out some of my previous finds. I'm sure you'll enjoy all of the videos on there. Not all of these lovely rounded nodules do actually contain a lovely ammonite on the inside. For example, this one was pretty much empty. And here is one of my favourite Elegantissimus ammonite pieces. It's absolutely packed full of the ammonites. And now I'll leave you with this absolutely stunning, artistically prepared example here. It's a squid shape, and it's one of the best that I've ever seen.